Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. My reference there is you, every last one of you, man, woman, child, of every ethnicity. That your dreams, that which gives you completeness, fulfillment in life, that you experience it in these days, during these times. That's what basic human rights for all people are. And I'm not a government agency, nor am I publicly funded. This is my personal commitment to the human race. I have recognized something that most people have not. And that is that we, all of us, not just in America, but all across the globe, can live together peacefully, prosperously, and joyously. However, for the most part, people of the world aren't familiar with that concept. They are not even allowed, being practical, to even think about it. But I got this message, and I want to dedicate this message specifically to the youth of America and the youth of the world. What I say for America, I say for the world. You are the ones that are going to be responsible for holding the future together. The elders we would have passed on. And right now, you have a mess that has been delivered to you. And you are going to have to change it. And change it in such a way that it will be empowered by not just a group of you, but by all of you. I want you to understand that everything that your senses can allow you to identify was made by a power, introduced by a power we cannot see. Consequently, none of us young people, remember this, none of us can claim ownership to anything. Sure, we can come up with systems that we have designed to say this will dictate what our lives should be like. But it's only a system. And as we sat down, those who did, and constructed this system, you, the same, can sit down and destruct the system, but for a great purpose. And that purpose is to rebuild something special, something unique, something that every last one of you can be proud of. So I say to you, young people, don't depend upon the older folk. They are good people. They were handed down what they did, just like what we have today is handed down to you. But you can do something different than they did. Many wars were fought trying to maintain a certain status, but it was never accomplished. And so you can have, and do have, this opportunity to make it work by not fighting wars, but by cooperating, by not having to be the best person, but be the best you can be. Every last one of you can do that, can be the best you can be. And that's all you can do. Anything beyond trying to be the best you can be is death-taking. It destroys. It destroys. You see, because when you go beyond trying to be the best that you can be and be better than others, to do that requires that you got to take more than what you can give of yourselves, which means you must start taking from others. For they must have less. They must have access to less for you to consider, or for anyone to consider, that they're more than what they really are. But the old people cannot help you. They are supposed to be living their golden years in complete physical harmony with every dream they can even imagine, without even having to do the input that they used to do. Not that they regret, because indeed what they offered to society was so magnificent to them and so needed to we the people. Till, yes, they enjoyed every minute of it. But what they're doing is now allowing space for the new ones who are coming aboard to take hold and march forward. And they sit back and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Young people, Don't depend on the church. We have been led to understand that the church is a good and wonderful mechanism, that it offers guide to our lives. But ever since, and even if you want to use the Bible to affirm this, ever since that book was written, up until this present day, we are marching further and further and further and further toward destruction. So what good is that book doing? You may say that, well, it helps some. Well, see, the sum is not sufficiently the total required to make the necessary changes we so endure and want. The preachers, wonderful people, many of them are, they can't come together in their church representation. It seems as though they are power hungry, each church against the other. So you know where that's going. No place. So I assert to you that there is a power that you and I cannot identify by our senses. And that power, as we look around, is, we say intelligent, but I'm thinking that it's much more beyond intelligence. I don't know what the word is, but the concept is that it is much more powerful than intelligence, because we have intelligence. And we can't keep anything together. But this is being kept together. You and our bodies are being kept together, at least for a period of time. So there is a power so magnificent. And ladies and gentlemen, and you especially, my young American brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, nephews and nieces, for everyone to be graciously fulfilled in life requires, I gotta tell you, that you do nothing to harm others. That you want for the best, you laugh with the best, you cry with the best. And who's the best? It's all people. Why? Because they are just like you, from the source just like you. And just as you desire, so they must. And respect for the Almighty is to keep the harmony flowing. Now, I need you, I implore you, to do what is right. Do what is right. Just do what is right. Don't worry about the law. The law is designed specifically for people who are lost. The law is designed specifically for the people who are lost. Once you have found your way, you don't need any law to carry you anywhere. The only guidance that you have is what's right. And you do it. And many times you will find your head butted against the wall with the law, with the system. But it doesn't matter. That system is a product of people that are lost. So you butt your head with it. You butt your head with it. And as you butt your head, changes will be observed. Changes will be made. And I'm not saying that the change that you or I might seek at this moment is the change that we'll get. But we will get change. And it would lead us closer to that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, black women and white women, old folks and children, can be so grateful, and I mean grateful, to be alive. And you, American youth, set the mold for this great fruit. And I say to you, do it. Do it. This is the challenge of the future for you young people. I'm saying there is only two ways to go. There's not four. There's not left, right. There's forward and back. It is one way or the other. and that is that way which works or that way which destroys. We are on the path of destruction. I keep saying it. I have to say it. I want you to understand we are on the path of destruction, and we have the power to change it. But it must be carried forward by you, the men and women of tomorrow. Well, I hope I've been able to say what I really want to say to you. I really want you to follow a different ideal of a different system, a system that works for everyone. I want you to do what's right. Do what's right, that which you can always hold your head up for and be proud of. And when you come up against the law, you stand. Do not let the law win. You stand. If they put you in jail, you win. If they kill you, you win. And we all win. The law, the system must be changed. It must be changed. And I implore you, the youth of America, to take those necessary steps to change this system. A system where men and women can live from their desire to be alive and not worried about all of the things that you and I worry about. So having said that, Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, where you, every last one of you, can realize your dreams this day, at this time, and you playing a major role in it. And together, it comes together like a hand in a glove, and all of the things that you desire, that you hope for, want for, and gave of yourselves to establish will be available to you, because that's the way of the power that you cannot recognize or identify with your senses. But you have been tuned in by your spirit. Until next time, bye-bye.